I think there are 5 genres that every well-rounded woman should have in her repertoire, her reading repertoire, or her library. So I'm going to go through what I think the top 5 are. Cookbooks. I think cookbooks are a great way to understand cultures. A lot of the times when I think about learning about another culture, if it's not via language, it's definitely via food. Understanding the history of ingredients, understanding how that particular culture connects to the land, understanding why they use certain things. It gives you an indication of what's seasonal, etc., etc. The best time to get what produce. So cookbooks, number 1. Number 2, books on architecture and design. Because it gives you insight into history, and I think that's always a great place to start in being rounded, but also helps develop your own taste, or sometimes connecting the dots between culture, movement of people, external influences. And once again, it still links to food. Why we sometimes eat the food and the combinations that we do is because of migration, design, and all those things, and how they come together. The third group is self-help books. Now, I wasn't a huge fan of self-help books for a very, very, very long time. I added this into my repertoire later in life. And when I say self-help books, I think there's always something to be gleaned from finding ways to articulate feelings and navigate those, but also trying to put yourself in the position of other people when you haven't necessarily had that same experience. And sometimes the self-help books aren't necessarily helping you solve a problem. It's helping you understand and be a better friend, be a better confidant in those situations. The fourth is anything that helps me or helps you develop some sort of new skill and or hobby. In my case, I have books on, I can knit. So I have books on knitting, and I have books on painting cities using watercolors. I'm terrible at it, but it's something that I wish I could do. So, developing that skill, developing something where you're not naturally good at it, but challenging yourself to have an outlet of creativity whilst also learning a new skill. And then the final one in the book repertoire is romance. There's something so wonderful about, now whether it will ever mirror real life or not is actually immaterial to me, but sometimes, once again, helping you articulate the kinds of things you would like to see, helping you articulate the kinds of romance you would like in your life, helping you articulate the kinds of relationships you would not like, or recognizing the things you would not like. And I have to also be honest, the genre of romance, especially historical romance, has been one of those really incredible ways for me to also learn about culture, probably even more to a deeper extent than cookbooks, actually, to a deeper extent. So I would say those were the 5 genres that I would say is part of having a well-rounded repertoire. I'm not into horror. I'm not saying that there's not a space for that. There's loads of other genres, but these are my top 5.